Shadow's Trail, Chapter 7, The Mirror of Memories. Ellie and Lucas emerged from the distorted antique shop, only to find themselves standing before a vast, shimmering lake that reflected not the world around them, but scenes from their past. The air was thick with silence, broken only by the occasional ripple across the surface of the water. Above them, the sky was a deep violet, punctuated by streaks of silver light that seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. "This isn't just any lake," Lucas whispered, stepping closer to its edge. "It's the mirror of memories. They say it reveals not only your past but the truths you've hidden, even from yourself." Ellie hesitated. The thought of seeing her past laid bare unsettled her. But as she glanced at the water, a scene began to form, a memory of her as a child, clutching her mother's hand outside the antique shop. Her mother was showing her an old, ornate locket, its surface engraved with intricate symbols. "That locket," Ellie murmured, her voice trembling. "I've seen it before. But I don't remember what happened to it." Lucas watched as his own reflection began to shift. The lake revealed an image of him as a young boy, sitting in a dimly lit library, his face buried in a book about ancient myths. Behind him stood a shadowy figure, its hand resting on his shoulder. The figure's form was indistinct, but its presence was suffocating. "Do you see that?" Lucas asked, his voice tight. Ellie nodded, her eyes fixed on the shadow. A rift uncovered as they watched, the lake began to ripple violently, distorting the images until they dissolved into darkness. A low, resonant hum filled the air, and the ground beneath them began to tremble. From the center of the lake, a stone platform began to rise, its surface carved with the same symbols they had seen on the map and in the antique shop. "This must be it," Lucas said, his voice filled with both awe and dread. "The next piece of the puzzle." Ellie stepped onto the platform, feeling a strange warmth emanate from the carvings. At its center lay a small, circular mirror, its surface swirling with an otherworldly light. As Ellie reached for the mirror, a voice echoed through the air, soft, melodic, yet filled with an undeniable menace. "Only the one who faces their truth may proceed. Will you look, Ellie?" The test of truth. Ellie hesitated, her hand hovering above the mirror. "What if I'm not ready?" she whispered. Lucas placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We've come this far. Whatever this test is, we face it together." Taking a deep breath, Ellie touched the mirror. Instantly, the world around them dissolved, replaced by a swirling vortex of light and shadow. Scenes from Ellie's life played out before her, moments of joy, pain, regret, and triumph. But one memory stood out, a moment she had long buried. She saw herself as a teenager, arguing with her mother in the antique shop. Her mother had been holding the locket, pleading with Ellie to understand its importance. "This is our legacy, Ellie. It's more than just a trinket, it's the key to everything." Ellie had dismissed her words, storming out and leaving the locket behind. Tears streamed down Ellie's face as the memory faded. "I didn't understand. I didn't listen." The vortex shifted, now focusing on Lucas. He saw himself in the library again, but this time, the shadowy figure turned toward him. Its face was his own, twisted with anger and fear. "You'll never be enough," it hissed. "No matter how much you learn, how hard you try, you'll always be a fraud." Lucas clenched his fists, his jaw tightening. "You're wrong," he said firmly. "I'm more than my fears. I've proven it time and time again." A path forward. The vortex began to dissipate, leaving Ellie and Lucas standing on the stone platform once more. The mirror in Ellie's hand now glowed with a soft, golden light. The voice returned, softer this time. "You have faced your truths. The path is now open." Before them, a bridge of light extended across the lake, leading to a towering gate carved from obsidian. Symbols danced across its surface, pulsating in rhythm with their own heartbeats. "This is it," Lucas said, his voice filled with determination. "The gateway to the heart of the shadow realm." Ellie nodded, her grip tightening on the glowing mirror. "We're ready." Together, they stepped onto the bridge, the weight of their journey and the challenges yet to come heavy on their shoulders. End of chapter 7.